Gen Z can't find a job. Please share the video. Every other week, the news seems to be reporting Gen Z simply cannot get jobs, no matter how much they try. They show clips of, I've applied to 100 jobs, 200 jobs, and can't get any of them. Then they show rates of how hard it is today and get a job versus new grads 30 years ago. What do you think? What are your experiences? Is it really historically that bad? Or is it overblown? Well, it's not just Gen Z, it's millennials and the other Gen X. We're both having a hard time and fits the algorithm, or as they call it here, paradigm. That's not really a word I would kind of use like in my everyday life. Like, it's a new paradigm. It's the algorithm, new paradigm of unemployment. But that's not, bros, do you use that word in your daily life? Like, algorithm, paradigm. But it says here, been looking for 9 months, 37 and plenty of experience, got 6 interviews and only 1 job offer, and turned out to be a scam. So yes, a lot of these, like I had that, so on one of my comments, it had 170 likes, that it did say they've been looking for 9 months and 37 of them plenty of experience. So this person had experience, they've been searching for a very long time, and they still can't find a job. So this kind of is worrisome. Like, let's just say you live in your parents' house. There's nothing wrong with living in your parents' house. I'm saying it'd be kind of worrisome if eventually down the road you can't find employment or stuff's not going good, and you were like wondering, I have this experience. Okay, what experience do you have? Experience as putting the fries in the bag at McDonald's? You have experience at working at Walmart or Lowe's or any of these other places that take advantage of their workers sometimes, and then they sometimes pay workers a little more money, like the managers. Okay, the managers pay a decent wage, but that's not even decent wage anymore. So you're not even paid enough money to live. So it's kind of crazy out here that this person's been looking for 30, and they're 37 years old. So they're not 17 years old or 19 years old. They're 37 years old. So I mean, I wouldn't make fun of this person, but I had 197 up likes on it. And then they say, what's your line of work? That 29 likes on it. Sales and hospitality, bartender and casino management, retail, and a few years of kitchen work. So they had a few years of kitchen work and some hospitality experience. The scam offers have gone out of control. One made me cry, being it sounded very legit at first. But then when I did research, it wasn't. I was so frustrated, and everything was just clear that I was tearing up. Luckily, I was able to find a retail job while I was searching for something better, but emotionally it was draining. And then this person replied, wait until you hit 40. This seems to be the soft experience date most employers have in mind. So it seems like the employers, what they're saying is taking advantage of you as you age to, let's just say, 40 years old. And they're saying the scams are getting completely out of control. But when I did research, it wasn't. It was so frustrating, everything just made me tear up. Not tearing shit up, like actually tearing this shit down, tearing up, like crying. Or maybe he's talking about tearing this shit down. I can't really tell what he was actually talking about, but yeah. So Bitcoin's at, just so everyone know, Bitcoin's at right now $60,000, and Ethereum's at $1,750. But that's like a side note. That's some crypto shit right there. I just put that as a side note because they said Bitcoin's going to $10 million or something like that. I know I'm talking about unemployment and stuff like that, so it's kind of crazy talking about all that stuff in the same sentence. So let's keep reading. The job market is considered worse than the mainstream news outlets are reporting. That has actually 465 likes. Actually, that's a lot more than usual. This was posted 6 months ago. So this person is saying the job market is worse than mainstream news outlets are reporting. So they're not reporting everything that's actually going on. That's actually going pretty bad, which I completely agree. So if the news outlets are reporting that it's sunshine and rainbows, and shit, it's definitely not sunshine and rainbows. People are getting fucking paid $15 an hour. It is not sunshine and rainbows. And whoever's saying that shit is lying straight to your face. That's, they're lying that 15, I'm not saying $15 per hour is a fair wage or anything like that, but I'm saying that this person feels like that had 465 likes to the comment that job market is being falsified, or like job reports and stuff like that. That's like they're not telling us the full truth of what the fuck is actually going on. And I completely agree with this person that they're taking advantage of people, and the news outlets are the people that really take advantage of people, and they spread misinformation and stuff like that too, so it's kind of hard to follow these people and stuff like that. So that's kind of, you kind of think about this kind of stuff. So I mean, they are saying it's Gen Z when it's really everyone. Gen Z just hit it first because companies haven't wanted to hire juniors for years. That had 231 likes to it. Actually has 9 replies to it, and people go into really fucking big detail on what they're replying to. But what the hell was I saying? I was saying Gen Z, when it's really everyone, Gen Z just hit it first because companies won't hire juniors, which I agree. Now, companies want to only hire you if you're like 27, 28, 29, 20, 30 years old because they want the people with the experience. So they don't want to hire a rookie that fucks shit up and causes problems, which I completely agree with that. So, okay, so you're in this situation. I'm just going to put this out here. You're an employer. You want to hire a manager. You're looking for someone that knows what the fuck they're doing. You're not trying to hire somebody that is like just camping out, sitting around, not doing shit, or can't do money right and stuff like that. What do you do with those people? That's the real question. I'm not saying to fire these people and stuff like that, but I'm saying kind of makes you look bad. You say you have experience, but in reality, you have none. So I think experience, and no one really has real experience. Just like Tom Lee says, you need 10 years experience to really get really good at anything like crypto trading or anything stock trading or whatever. It takes 10 years, and you build this discipline over 10 years to get really fucking good at what you're doing. That's why people are making millions of dollars in the stock market right now because it took them 10 years and they put in the hours and they really got to really where they're going. And same with Bitcoin and traders. Like they've been in it for 10 years, they're making money. Yeah, it's all of YouTubers 10 years making money. It's all about like putting in the reps and repetition stuff like that. If you want to be a YouTuber or whatever the fuck you want to be in life, I don't give a shit what the fuck you want to be in life. But I'm saying that be whatever you want, but it takes 10 years time, discipline. You have to be disciplined with your money. You have to be disciplined with your expenses. You have to be disciplined with stuff you want to actually achieve, and you may actually achieve it. I think they're saying it's Gen Z because the only way business journalists and economists relate to the world, the elites don't have to deal with the joblessness, but their kids out of college and living at home do. This might be dumb take, but just kind of wrote it because now it's here or whatever. Well, basically, you're saying the rich people don't have to worry about this, and then the unemployed people do have to worry about this, and the living in their mom's house, which I totally agree. So we have to deal with this. Like, I mean, I've been unemployed for 167 days, and it's been